Hi, everybody. Welcome to Swain County High School, the home of the Lady Devils, as we're here to broadcast softball live on a breezy, chilly Monday afternoon. But, hey, you know, it's actually the first day of spring. From what I can understand, it actually arrives sometime after 5 o'clock this afternoon. So I guess that means we're still on officially winter time before spring kicks in about an hour. And believe me, today feels more like winter as we're just about ready to get the first pitch underway between our Lady Devils of Swain County High School and Asheville. The Cougars are in town from Asheville, North Carolina, of course. If you've ever been over to Memorial Mission Hospital in Asheville, and most of us have at one time or another, they're just kind of over the hill, down the street, just over there between Memorial Mission Hospital and AB Tech is where you'll find actually a beautiful campus and stadium over there for Asheville High School, and they are ready to go here, the Cougars of Asheville High School. Now, there is a difference. There's Asheville School and there is Asheville High School. It is different. Don't get the two confused. Asheville School is more of a private type school, if you will. But this is Asheville High School. They're a 3A school. At one time, they were 4A. But they have some great athletes over there and have for many, many years. And we're going to play them here today. Now, we've already played one time this year. Our Lady Devils winning earlier this year over at their place, over at Asheville High School, as we went over there and won 12-0 in the first meeting between these two teams. And we appreciate them for playing home and away, and we appreciate their coaches. We talked to their coaches, Ashley Edwards, Justin Palizzi, and Tracy Bricker, and we talked to them before the game. They were really good to talk to, and they're going to let their folks over in Asheville know that we're on the internet, of course, on YouTube with the Maroon Devils Network, so they can watch and listen in and follow the game as well. Here we go in the top of the first inning. Asheville will lead off. Stella Berry, the catcher, actually, for Asheville, will lead off, and she bunts the first pitch foul over on the first base side out of play. She's going to be followed by Adaya Baquero, and hitting in the number 3 spot is going to be Aaliyah Jones. And they are 1, 2, 3. They wear actually number 2, 4, 3 in the top 3 spots in the lineup for the Asheville Cougars here this afternoon. And glad to have you along. And second pitch is going to be in for a ball. Pitching this afternoon in the circle for the Lady Devils. We'll get you all that information and more. Riley Rawls is going to be in the circle this afternoon for the Lady Devils. Behind the plate is going to be Carly Tisateski. Over at third base is going to be, or check that first base. There's another pitch fouled off. It's going to go 1 and 2. Haley Woodard over at first base. At second base is going to be Maddie Spates. Over at shortstop is going to be Kennedy Anthony. And at third base is Candace Crisp. We'll check the outfield here in just a minute after this 1-2 pitch. Stella Berry hitting here, leading off for the Asheville Cougars. Pitch is going to be in, a swing and a miss, and that's going to be strike 3 and out number 1 here this afternoon for Asheville. In the outfield for the Lady Devils this afternoon, over in right field is going to be Hannah Schuler. In center field, or check that, in left field is going to be Kaylee Parker, and in center field is going to be Kirsten Smith. That is the way the Lady Devils line up defensively now, as we're going to be looking at Adaya Baquero, the second baseman for Asheville, hitting in the number 2 spot at the plate. Starts to slap hit and backs off for a ball 1. A lot of activities going on this week, and hopefully the weather will warm up as spring officially arrives later this afternoon. A lot of folks here watching the game, but they have their kind of their football outfits on with blankets and quilts and coats and caps, and they're here with the football type gear on because it's breezy and it's cold. I'm not kidding you. 1-1 the count now. On the second baseman, Adaya Baquero. On deck is going to be Aaliyah Jones. And pitch in. That's going to be a call strike. 2 quick strikes now on Baquero. The pitcher for Asheville, Aaliyah Jones, is going to be on deck and hitting in the number 3 spot. She'll be in the circle this afternoon for the Cougars here in non-conference play. Maroon Devils will play pitch in. That's going to be fouled off out of play over behind home plate. The Lady Devils will be hosting Robbinsville tomorrow in conference play in a very important matchup. As you know, those conference games are the ones that really count. if you want to work your way into the playoffs at your particular level, whether it be 1A, 2A, 3A, or 4A, here in the North Carolina High School Athletic Association. Pitch in. That one's going to be in the dirt for a ball, as Beccaro obviously lets that one go by. Umpires are all wrapped up with their big blue coats on behind the plate and on the base paths here this afternoon. It is, again, chilly. I think temperature when I came in, I think it said 43, but there is a breeze blowing right at us here where we're set up. And we're out here in the outfield, of course, as we're looking at the playing field from the right field fence. Just outside the right field foul line is where we're set up broadcasting, with 1 out and 2 strikes on Beccaro. And this one is going to be in for a ball 4. That's going to be the first walk of the afternoon, given up by the Lady Devils' Riley Rawls. So already the Asheville Cougars with a base runner now, as Aaliyah Jones will be at the plate. On deck in the cleanup spot is going to be Keziah Bird. And again, I hope I get these names pronounced correctly for our friends listening in from Asheville. We were talking to the coaches, and they said, hey, we're going to let our parents and husbands and folks know about the game being broadcast so they can follow the game for those folks who couldn't make the drive over from Asheville, over an hour away from Swain County High School. Here's the windup and the pitch, and taken off from first base. Throw down to second. It's going to be really high, but coming on quickly to slow it down out there is center fielder Kirsten Smith. That throw coming in high, no chance of a play at second base. As now it's going to be, again, Adaya Beccaro down at second base with 1 out. Here in the top of the first inning, Asheville already with a runner in scoring position now for number 3 hitter Aaliyah Jones. The pitcher facing the pitcher this afternoon. Jones, the pitcher for Asheville, facing Riley Rawls for the Lady Devils. Pitch in. There's a ground ball to the pitcher. On over to first base in time for the easy out over at number 1. But hustling on over to third base now with 2 down is going to be, again, Adaya Beccaro. So 2 out. Now hitting for Asheville is going to be Keziah Bird, the cleanup batter, and the starting first baseman for the Cougars. The windup and the throw. There's a shot that's going to be down to second base, but caught. Ball kind of hung up. It came off the bat pretty good, but hung up for out number 3. So Bird pop up to second base, and that's going to leave the runner stranded. So Asheville with a runner on base, and the Lady Devils will be coming to bat in the bottom of the first inning. Fans, stay with us. We have more softball coming up after this timeout. Fans, welcome back. We go to the bottom of the first inning. No score yet as we're just underway here at Swain County High School, the home of the Lady Devils here. And again, we're taking on non-conference opponent, the Asheville Cougars here this afternoon. The Asheville Cougars are coming in on the season. I believe at last check, they are 0-6 on the year, if I can find my stats, as they've played a tough schedule. And again, they've had some tough games, losing to Polk, East Henderson. Of course, our Lady Devils, they lost to Cherokee, North Henderson, and Hendersonville in those 6 contests, as now it's going to be Kirsten Smith leading off for the Lady Devils. Talking about Asheville, they lost to Polk 14-2, East Henderson 32-10. Our Lady Devils 12-zip, losing to Cherokee in a close one, 11-7. Lost to North Henderson 9-3, and Hendersonville by a score of 17-4. But again, hey, this is a new game. Ground ball over to the pitcher, and the pitcher going over to first base is going to be wide on the throw, so the first baseman over there had to pull to make the play. Talking about Keziah Bird, had to pull to make that play, so it's going to be Kirsten Smith on. I'm sorry to say that, but that's going to be an error on the Asheville Cougars here to get things underway. Batting now is going to be Kaylee Parker, hitting .286. Kaylee can slap hit, has moved to the outfield this year as an outfielder. Will line up the Asheville outfield here in just a minute. This is a foul ball out of play over on the baseball side of things. Starting in the circle this afternoon for Asheville is going to be Aaliyah Jones, the pitcher. Behind the plate is going to be Stella Berry at catcher. At first base is Keziah Bird. At second base, Adaya Baquero. At shortstop, Olivia Hill. Over at third base is going to be Gabby Harper. In left field is going to be Soren Cox. In center field, Asia McAdams. And in right field, Zoe Birchfield. That is your lineup here defensively for the Asheville Cougars. Again, Ashley Edwards, the head coach, assisted by Tracy Bricker and Justin Polizzi. And here's a ground ball again over to the pitcher, but not able to make a play over at first base. The first baseman was also in movement over there to try and possibly make a play, but now everybody is going to be safe at first and second for the Lady Devils. And I'm afraid 2 errors have gone against the Asheville Cougars here to get underway defensively. Now batting is going to be Carly Tisateski, a freshman hitting .500 and one of the team leaders with 6 RBIs. And is a good catcher and a good batter. Ball goes away from the catcher momentarily, allowing the Lady Devil base runners to advance now to second and third. So Smith over at third and Parker over at second. Tisateski batting. Maddie Spates, one of our captains, is going to be on deck. And a good bat that I think she will develop as the year goes on. There's a swing and a miss on a hard throw from, again, Aaliyah Jones in the circle this afternoon for Asheville. They're wearing their kind of maroon and black with white numbers. A dark red color for Asheville with black pants. And the dark red socks. Swing and a miss on a high pitch. 2 strikes now on Carly Tisateski, the Lady Devils freshman catcher. The Lady Devils 5 seniors, 3 freshmen, 1 sophomore in the starting lineup here this afternoon. The windup and the throw. Pitch is going to be high and inside, and that's going to force Tisateski out of the box for a ball. From the left-hander, Aaliyah Jones for Asheville. We expect the Lady Devils to use a couple of pitchers due to the Robbinsville Conference game coming up tomorrow. And we're going to be right here with that broadcast, by the way, in case you're wondering. So we will be broadcasting tomorrow with Robbinsville. I know they're going to be here for softball and baseball. Pitch low in the dirt. And a good play back there behind home plate for Stella Berry, the Asheville catcher, to keep that ball in play and not let it get by. Runners at second and third can take off quickly, obviously, on any pass ball or wild pitch. We're in the bottom of the first inning. There's a shot up the middle. That's going to be in for a base hit. And that's going to bring in 1 run. That's going to bring in 2 runs. Here's the throw coming into home. And it's not going to be in time. So now on at double. With a double, it's going to be Carly Tisateski and a couple of RBIs. So Tisa Teskey again adding to her 6 RBI total. And again, hitting .500. And that's not going to hurt her average at all. Basically, a base hit up the middle, throw coming into home is going to allow her to advance down to second base. And now the Lady Devils will bring on a pinch runner. And coming on to run is, I'll find my lineup here, and that's going to be Maddie Bird. We have a couple of Maddies, and I got to tell you, we're going to play the name game with this Lady Devil team as the season goes on. We have 2 sets of sisters. We have a couple of cousins. We have players with the same name, a different spelling. So Coach Toby Burrell just says, hey, you know, when I'm talking to somebody, I just say, hey, you. So anyway, because of so many names that are very similar. There's a ball that gets by. Runner is going to advance to third. Again, heading on down to third base now is going to be Maddie Bird, the pinch runner, as the pitch did get through. So now with a 2-0 lead, the Lady Devils again with a runner in scoring position at third base with nobody out. Pitch high for a ball from the hard-throwing southpaw, Keziah Bird for Asheville. And it's interesting because Asheville has a maroon color as well, so we're seeing their defense in the field with maroon, and we're seeing a lot of our Maroon Devil players and fans also with that maroon color. There's going to be ball 4 with a walk as Maddie Spates gets on base with the first walk issued by Asheville today, and that'll bring up Riley Rawls. Riley hitting .250 and is the team leader with 7 RBIs, our freshman pitcher here this afternoon. As you can see, the Lady Devils are wearing white pants with gray jerseys, but some of the folks have on maroon long sleeve shirts because it's chilly out here. Now hustling on to second base, obviously with no throw because of a runner at third, is Maddie Spates, now down at second. So the Lady Devils with 2 more runners in scoring position with no out. Riley Walls, the hitter. You can hear the wind. There's a foul ball out of play behind home plate. You can hear the wind through the headset here as Josh Gordon and I we try to dress for the weather as best we can because we know the wind blows right at us in our broadcast point here outside right field. But we're not the only ones dressed. There's a pitch low for a ball. All the runners hold now at second and third for the Lady Devils, up with a 2-0 lead here. Don't forget, baseball and softball tomorrow here at Swain County High School hosting Robbinsville in conference play. I think our teams have only played 1 conference game against Hiwassee Dam. And there's a shot down the left field line. That was going to be in. Oh, now they're going to say foul ball. That was so close. That was very close to being an extra base hit down the left field line, but the home plate umpire says foul, so everybody comes back. And Riley steps back into the batter's box. Now again, a team leading 7 RBIs. Kennedy Anthony on deck. Wind up and the throw. There's another foul ball behind home plate. But I know our Maroon Devil baseball team won over Hiwassee Dam in their conference play. Of course, our Lady Devils losing to Hiwassee Dam in conference play. Hiwassee Dam, one of the, I think, I've got to believe, one of the conference favorites in the Smoky Mountain Conference this year. And I tell you, it's going to be a tough game with Robbinsville tomorrow. Baseball and softball going to be a tough one. We hope you'll come out. The weather is going to be warmer tomorrow. Tomorrow's the first full day of spring. If you believe the scientists and people who make those decisions, there's a high ball that could be in play, and it's going to be, sun got in the way, and the shortstop over there for Asheville just couldn't handle it. So that ball is going to drop. It was really high, but I felt for the shortstop over there, Olivia Hill. She tried to use her glove to shield the sun, but she was looking directly into the sun and lost the ball, and it's going to drop in for a tough break again for Asheville, as they've had a tough bottom of the first inning defensively here, as Kennedy Anthony will step into the plate hitting 176. Let's see. Now, is this going to be Kennedy? I know she was not feeling well today, was sick, but wanted to play. But she's going to tough it out. Kennedy Anthony, our freshman shortstop, sick today, not feeling well, but is still playing. And I think that says a lot. Sometimes you may not feel your best, but I know your team depends on you. And Kennedy, an outstanding player, is right there trying to give it her best shot. The windup and the throw. Pitch going to be high. Bases loaded now for the Lady Devils, up 2-0 here in the bottom of the first inning against the Asheville High Cougars. Stepping back on the rubber, here comes Bird with the windup and the throw. Big pitch, swing and a miss for a strike. On deck is going to be Candace Crisp, our senior third baseman. Again, we have 5 seniors, 3 freshmen, 1 sophomore on this Lady Devils softball team. That's coming in 3-3 on the season. The windup and the throw. Hard hit ball to third. Going to first and getting the force play at first base for the out, but the runner will score from third base on the force play over to first. So now, Lady Devils up with a 3-0 lead with 1 down as Kennedy gets an RBI on that play on the ground ball. Ground to third, 1 down, and Candace Crisp is going to be hitting now. Our senior third baseman hitting .313, runners at second and third now with a 3-0 lead. Ball was played well over there by Gabby Harper, Asheville third baseman, making a good play. There's a throw in the dirt again, and everybody holds, though, as the catcher was able to make the ball stop right at home plate. Talking about Stella Berry, and between the pitcher and the catcher, the 2 toughest positions defensively in baseball and softball for that matter. There's a hard hit ball right back at the pitcher. It kind of bounced off her, and throw on over to first base is not going to work because the first baseman was not on the bag. But wow, we hope the pitcher is going to be okay. I'm not sure where it might have hit her. I don't know if it hit her pitching hand or if it hit her glove, but it somehow ricocheted off the pitcher, Keziah Bird, and I think the umpire comes over to check on her, and she's looking at her right hand, so that makes me believe it might have hit her glove hand, which I guess is better than hitting her throwing hand as a southpaw. So looks like she's going to be okay. She's going to stay in. And the Lady Devils now with a 4-0 lead on that shot. There's a foul ball, and the catcher tries to grab it, can't get it. Going to be a strike number 1 now. So on at first base is going to be Candace Crisp. Haley Woodard batting. The Lady Devils senior first baseman having a good season already, hitting .500. Hannah Schuler is going to be on deck. Runners on the corners, pitch in. Off-speed pitch, going to be in for a ball. 1-1 the count now with runners at first and third. Candace at first. And again, Lady Devils with a 4-0 lead here in the bottom of the first inning. It's been a tough inning defensively for Asheville. Just, again, not being critical, but just been a tough inning defensively. There's a high foul ball just out of reach over at first base. That would have been a tough play for anybody over at first base. And making a good effort over there was Keziah Bird, but just couldn't get to it in time over near the fence and the Asheville dugout. 1 down, 4-0 Lady Devil lead here. Runners on the corners again. Second base open on this chilly Monday afternoon. Glad to have you listening in. We have friends from Asheville listening in. Pitch high. And now hustling on down to second base with a runner at third. No throw. Candace Crisp is now down at second for the Lady Devils. Second and third runners, 1 out. First base open now. Keziah Bird gets the signal from her catcher, the windup and the throw. And it's going to be another foul ball. This one off the fence. No play. But hopefully, if you believe the long-term forecast, the weather looks pretty good this week. Hopefully baseball and softball teams, track teams, soccer teams, we could go on and on at the high school level. Hopefully all these teams will get to play and get some games in this week. There's another foul ball, no play way behind the plate. Matter of fact, the Lady Devil soccer team is going to be hosting Highlands up at of course, the football stadium up at Swain County Memorial Stadium this afternoon. And want to give those folks a shout out. I know a lot of folks are working up there, so there's always so much going on. So many people very, very busy at the high school level right now, and it is a busy time of the year. Pitch in for a ball. And I want to give a shout out to Casey Crow. He's up there helping with soccer. He's up there with Coach Neil Blankenship helping with soccer. So I want to give them a shout out. Big day for sports, soccer, softball, golf going on. Man, oh man, there's a lot of track going on depending on the day. So if you're a sports fan, hopefully you can find something to go watch and support at the high school level. And if you're a basketball fan, you got to be happy after, well, unless your team lost after this weekend of purely March Madness. I tell you, every year college basketball gets closer. There's a shot that's going to be foul on the third base side, no play. But as you know, 2 number 1 seeds already have gone to the house in college basketball. Purdue and Kansas, namely. Some of the Royal Blue Bloods, and I say blue when you talk about Kentucky, Duke, they are at home. So pitch high for a ball. That's going to be ball 4. And now it's going to be the bases loaded again for the Lady Devils, as Haley Woodard is on for the second walk of this first inning. Hannah Schuler is going to be batting now, as the Lady Devils have the bases loaded, only 1 out. Hannah Schuler can slap it. She can hit it. She can slap it, the senior right fielder. Let's see what she does with the bases loaded. She's going to go after the pitch, going to be fouled off the Asheville dugout. And if you hear some other sounds in the background, the Maroon Devil baseball team is practicing over on the field right next to us, coming off a first win of the season against Hiwassee Dam in conference play. So here we go. 1 down, bases loaded. There's a shot that's going to be at second base and over to second in time to get the forced play. And that's going to be 2 down, but another run will score for the Lady Devils now. That should be a 5-0 score. And that will leave second base open. A good play at second base by Adaya Baquero. Got that screaming grounder, and it was a hard shot. She picked it up, just went over and stepped on second base for 1 down. And again, Hannah Schuler with an RBI. Now the Lady Devils top of the lineup. And, we got a tough play over at first base. And another run will score. 1 run is going to hold at third. We had a mix-up there on defense by the Asheville Cougars. The first baseman came after the ball. The pitcher went after the ball. And there was nobody at first base to make a throw. So, unfortunately, it's going to be another error on the Asheville Cougars off the bat of Kirsten Smith, who winds up down at second base. So again, it's just been a tough inning defensively for the Asheville Cougars now, with Kaylee Parker batting, who got on with an error her first time up. Pitch high for a ball. Runners at second and third. And now the ladies with a 5-0 lead over Asheville here on the bottom of the first inning. Again, Asheville struggling here defensively in the first inning. That has been the big issue. The Lady Devils have hit the ball. A couple of clean hits, but there have been some that have just been misplayed in the infield that have, unfortunately, been tough for the Asheville Cougars here to make a play. Kaylee Parker takes one for a ball. Kaylee hitting .286, can also slap it. Sophomore moving to the outfield this year, and Kaylee, the only sophomore in the starting lineup, with 5 seniors and 5 seniors and 3 freshmen. Wind up and the throw, pitch in the dirt. Catcher doing a good job keeping those pitches in front of her. The catcher is Stella Berry for Asheville. Of course, a name, if you're talking about Asheville athletics, Lou Fogel always comes to mind, and so many great football teams back in the day. Pitch inside for a ball, and it might have actually got a piece. I think it grazed Kaylee Parker. So a hit by pitch is going to put her on and load the bases here. And now it's going to be Carly Tisateski, who has so far gotten one of the better hits of the game, a clean shot that went up the middle. And she wound up down at second base with a couple of RBIs. And Carly is a big bat, 500 batting average, a little more now with that last hit. And 8 RBIs on the season. And again, a freshman catcher. Oh, ball gets by. But again, Barry keeps an eye on it. Nobody scores. Asheville got to be extremely careful now with the bases loaded, 2 out. Bases loaded, 2 out, and a 5-0 Lady Devil lead here in the early going. Wind up and the throw. There's a well-hit ball right over the head of the shortstop. 1 run is in. Another run is in. Throw coming into home, and the other runners will advance to third and second respectively off another big hit off the bat of Carly Tisateski. So Carly with 2 hits on the day, and now 4, I believe unofficially, 4 RBIs of the 7 for the Lady Devils. And she's going to be coming off for a pinch runner again, and coming on to pinch run again looks like it's going to be Maddie Bird. So the Lady Devils now with a 7-0 lead in the bottom of the first inning and 2 out. Stepping in now is going to be Maddie Spates. Maddie, moving from shortstop over to second base this year for the Lady Devils, has really looked sharp in the Lady Devils' last 2 practices. The senior, one of the leaders on this team, got on with a walk last time off the strong left arm of Aaliyah Jones in the circle this afternoon for Asheville. Several fans here this afternoon, but they are dressed for the weather. Yes, I'm sure before this game is over, we're going to be in the 30s with a breeze, and that's gonna be chilly. There's a hard shot, and it's right down the third base line, but it's going to be foul. Maddie very capable of really ripping the ball. She's the cleanup hitter, hitting 143, but I think that's going to change as the season goes on. Maddie has a good bat, no question, and can hit that line drive or can hit it deep as well. Oh, pitch in for a strike. As Jones gets one by Maddie Spates now. 2 strikes with 2 out. Bottom of the first inning here on the Maroon Devils Network. Glad to have you listening in. And thanks to our friends from Asheville joining us here this afternoon on the air. There's a hard shot again right at third base, but she has the glove there. And wow, that was a line screaming shot. But the third baseman over there, Gabby Harper, pulls it in and avoids any further damage here. So after 1 inning, our Lady Devils with an 8-0 lead. And we'll be back with the top of the second with Asheville at bat after this timeout. Fans, welcome back on this Monday afternoon with an 8-0 ball game going on here at Swain County High School. We go to the top of the second inning, and right now the Lady Devils in control, 8-0 over Asheville. As again, we go to the top of the second inning. Asheville hitting now. They're going to have, looks like, the number 5, 6, and 7 hitters. Gabby Harper, Olivia Hill, and Soren Cox hitting here. In the top of the second, Lady Devils with an 8-0 lead. Again, it was a tough first inning for Asheville defensively, as they had several errors. And again, I'm not the official statistician, and if you saw differently from your watching vantage point, then hey, I'll apologize. But again, I'm not the official statistician. I'm just going on general knowledge of, can you make a play on the ball or can you not? And sometimes I know even official statisticians struggle with that situation. But again, here we go on the top of the second. Again, still in the pitching circle. Riley Rawls for the Lady Devils having a good day so far. In the first inning, Asheville did get one runner on base, but could not get that runner in scoring position. But we'll see here with the 5, 6, and 7 batters. In the top of the second, Gabby Harper, Olivia Hill, and Soren Cox hitting 5, 6, 7. Then it's going to be Asia McAdams and Zoe Burstfield. And there's going to be strike 3 for out number 1. So Gabby is the second strikeout of the day for Asheville. Olivia Hill batting now with 1 down, batting now with 1 out here in the top of the second inning. Non-conference play between the Cougars of Asheville High School and the Lady Devils of Swain County High School, live here on the Maroon Devils Network on a chilly, everybody says first day of spring, but again, officially, it doesn't arrive till after 5 o'clock sometimes, so that's why we're still in winter weather, no matter what the calendar says. You know how it is on the mountains of western North Carolina in March. If you don't like the weather, hey, just wait a while. It's going to change. And we hope it gets warmer tomorrow. It's supposed to. Pitch high for a ball. As again, Olivia Hill, the starting right fielder. No, check that. I'm sorry. Olivia is the starting shortstop for Asheville. I was looking at the batting order, and there's a shot over first base. That one's going to be in for a base hit, and Olivia is on at first base safely now for Asheville's Cougars, their first base hit of the day. I was looking at the batting order, and Olivia is number 6 hitter. She's also number 6 in position-wise as the shortstop. So anyway. Now batting, and you're not going to believe this, but it's the same thing for Soren Cox. She bats number 7 and plays number 7, the left fielder for Asheville. So I'm not a smart guy. It doesn't take much to get me crossed up. There's a bunt back to the pitcher, going on to first in time. But again, getting the job done is going to be Soren Cox with a sacrifice bunt. That moves Olivia Hill down to second base. 2 out now, and Asia McAdams. And you're not going to believe this. Same order here. Asia McAdams is batting in the number 8 spot. She plays position number 8, center field. And I'll go ahead and say it. Zoe Birchfield is on deck, the number 9 batter, and she's the number 9 defensive player in right field. So anyway, that's the way the lineup is for the Asheville Cougars. Riley Rawls in the pitching circle for the Lady Devils, giving up only 1 hit on the day. But Asheville again with a runner in scoring position. Swing and a miss for a strike. If you're just tuning in on this breezy, cold Monday, Lady Devils with an 8-0 lead after 8 runs, basically due to multiple errors in the first inning by Asheville. Swing and a miss, and that's going to be strike 3, and that's going to leave the runner stranded for Asheville. So Asia McAdams swing and a miss for out number 3. So Asheville has had runners on base in both innings here, but nobody across the plate yet. As we go to the bottom of the second, it's Swain 8, Asheville 0. Fans, welcome back to live action. We're here at Swain County High School on a breezy Tuesday after. Check that Monday afternoon, Monday after St. Patrick's Day. We hope all you folks in Western North Carolina, and there are many with Irish blood in their veins. If you go back far enough and look at your genealogy, a lot of folks with Scotch-Irish heritage. Here's the windup and the throw as we get the bottom of the second inning underway. Keziah Bird down at first base. Aaliyah Jones in the pitching circle. Stella Berry catching this afternoon for Asheville, as the Lady Devils will lead off at the plate here in the bottom of the second. There's a high pop-up. Could be in play. Again, the sun is a factor, and it's going to cause a problem over at shortstop. Rounding first and heading on down to second. And sliding in safely with a big hit over there for the Lady Devils is going to be pitcher Riley Rawls. And again, I don't know how the official statisticians score that, but for the second time today, the shortstop has looked right up into the sun and lost the ball. And I'm just giving the shortstop the benefit of the doubt. The sun is very bright. It's high in the sky. It's looking right down at the defense. Matter of fact, I can see the Asheville center fielder right now holding up her arm to shield the sun so she can see. Several of these players have sunglasses on. Here's the windup and the throw now with Riley Rawls at second base. And Kennedy Anthony batting now. Kennedy grounded out to third her first time, but got a big RBI off that hard shot to third base. The freshman playing less than 100%. Not feeling well today, but hanging in there and toughing it out. And there's a hard shot again. This one at the shortstop, can't make the play. Rounding third and coming home. And again, an RBI for Kennedy Anthony, her second RBI of the afternoon. And again, a tough day defensively for the Asheville Cougars unofficially. That's right at 6 or 7 errors on the day so far here in the bottom of the second inning. Lady Devils up with a 9-0 lead. It's just been a tough day defensively for Asheville, and that makes for a tough game. Now heading on down to first base, throw on down to second, check at second base, not in time. And we can see, again, Kennedy Anthony almost like she had a kind of a limp as she was running on down second base. Got in safely, but again, not feeling well, and looks like her wheel's not operating at 100% either, as she had a little, almost a little hesitation in her run there. We hope she's going to be okay, though. Kennedy is an outstanding player. Shortstop. Candace Crisp batting now. Got on with an error last time, hitting .313, the senior third baseman. Or check that, Candace already down at first. My bad. Haley Woodard batting now. Haley at the plate, having a good year, hitting .500. There's a hard shot at the shortstop. She goes to second, trying to double up the base runner, but not in time, just barely. So a really good play by the shortstop down there, as she pulled in a rocket. I mean, a rocket that was hit right at her, and made a really good play. That was a shot off the bat of Haley Woodard, I believe. And now it looks like we're going to have maybe a little controversy. The runner is now called out at second base. It was a very close play. I'll give credit where credit's due. That was a very close play. And apparently they have reversed the call. The second base umpire said safe. Apparently the home plate umpire has overruled that and called the runner out. So now there are 2 outs. And down at first base is going to be Candace Crisp, as she jumps off first. So now there are 2 outs. Again, had a reversal of a call down at second base. So that doesn't happen a lot, but sometimes it does happen, no question. Here's the windup and the throw. Pitch is going to be in for a strike. At the plate for the Lady Devils is going to be Faith Woodard. This is going to be her first time at the plate today. Faith coming on to hit. There's a shot, and it's going to be just foul down the left field line. Wow, that was a well-hit ball, but again, foul on the third base side. Hustling down there is going to be Soren Cox for Asheville to get it back in the infield. So Faith Woodard batting now for the Lady Devils, with Candace Crisp down at first base. 9-0, Lady Devils in the lead. There's another well-hit ball. This one in fair territory, right up the middle, over shortstop. Coming on to make the play is going to be the center fielder. Everybody holds, and a base hit by Faith Woodard. Her first at bat today, and she comes up with a big hit, and that advances Candace on down to second base. And again, we're getting our roster out just to be sure we're on track. Kirsten Smith batting now, the leadoff batter for the Lady Devils, hitting .300 this year. And she has switched to slapping, and there's a slap attempt that's going to go for a strike. And it's her first time doing this, by the way, this year. But so far the results have been good, as Kirsten is hitting .300. Our senior center fielder batting with runners at first and second, and a 9-0 Lady Devil lead. The windup and the throw. Pitch going to be low for a ball, and hustling on down to third and sliding in safely is going to be Candace Crisp. And also with that throw, hustling on down to second base is going to be Faith Woodard. So the runners advance. Everybody is safe. 2 out. And Kirsten Smith still at the plate. The windup and the throw. Slap hit. Grounder to the pitcher. On over to first base in time. And this time the Lady Devils leave a couple of runners stranded, as it's going to be 3 outs. And we go to the top of the third inning. Fans, stay tuned. More softball coming up. Lady Devils on top, 9-0. Fans, welcome back to Swain County High School. We have played 2 innings here in non-conference high school softball. Right now, Swain in the lead, 9-0 over Asheville's Cougars on this blustery Monday afternoon. I guess that's the best way to describe the weather. And if you believe the forecasters, and many times they're right, I know it's a tough job. Here's a first pitch strike from pitcher Riley Rawls, the freshman right-hander in the circle for the Lady Devils here this afternoon, pitching against Asheville. But again, tomorrow is supposed to be like 10 degrees warmer. We hope they are correct. There's a ground ball to first, second base, on over to first in time. And that's going to be pretty much an easy out number 1, as a hard hit ground ball, by the way, by Asia McAdams is going to be out number 1. And good defensive play down there for the Lady Devils. Again, just an easy play over there by Maddie Spates. Flipped it on over to first base. And a good play to Haley Woodard. One down. Here's another attempted bunt at the plate. This one by Zoe Birchfield, I believe. Make sure I've got the right batter in the lineup here. Asheville in their maroon jerseys, black pants, got some white trim. Our Lady Devils in white with gray jerseys. There's a high foul ball out of play. Actually, this is going to be Stella Berry. My bad, Stella Berry batting now. Stella struck out her first time up for Asheville. On deck is going to be Adaya Baquero. Asheville has had runners on base every inning, but just has not able to get the runner across the plate to get the scoreboard to move off that goose egg. It's a 9-0 Lady Devil lead here on the top of the third inning. Stella at the plate now with one down, nobody on. High pop up. Pitcher calls it, and that's going to be out number 2 for Asheville. As Stella pops out to the pitcher, and Adaya Baquero walked last time for Asheville, got on base. Both teams have left runners stranded in their respective innings here offensively. But now 2 down, nobody on for Asheville. And again, for our friends in Asheville listening in, if I mispronounce somebody's name, my apologies. We'll do the best we can. That's a swing and a miss, strike one to Adaya. But again, had a chance to talk with some of the coaches in the dugout. So many good coaches we visit with over the years. Ashley Edwards, Tracy Bricker, Justin Palizzi. Hope I said that name right. Ashley, of course, the head coach for Asheville, assisted by Tracy and Justin. I think every high school has had issues with the weather this year, with wet weather early in the year, trying to get the games in. I think every school has had postponements and had to juggle the schedule. I know the Lady Devils have had some of that, and I think just about every team in the mountains has had that issue, baseball and softball. And we take our hats off to the ADs and the coaches who have to deal with those situations. 2 out, nobody on. We're in the top of the third here at Swain County High School. The windup and the throw, pitch in the dirt for a ball to Adaya Baquero. On deck is going to be Aaliyah Jones, the number 3 hitter. Asheville looking to get the first run across the plate here this afternoon. Pitch in. That's going to be a call strike, and that's going to be strike 3 and out 3 as well. As it's a 3 up, 3 down inning. And we go to the bottom of the third. Maroon Devils 9, Asheville 0. We'll be right back. Fans, welcome back. We're live here on the Maroon Devils Network as we go to the bottom of the third inning. Our Lady Devils with a 9-0 lead over Asheville here in non-conference play. Don't forget, Robbinsville will be coming to Swain County tomorrow in conference play in both softball and baseball. So keep that in mind, and we hope to have a lot of that action on the Maroon Devils Network tomorrow. Pitch high for a ball off the left arm from southpaw Aaliyah Jones, the pitcher this afternoon for Asheville. Behind the plate, Stella Berry at first base. Keziah Bird over at second is Adaya Baquero. At third base is Gabby Harper, the shortstop Olivia Hill, and the outfield, left fielder Soren Cox, center fielder Asia McAdams, and right fielder Zoe Birchfield. For Asheville, that's the defense facing the Lady Devils at bat here in the bottom of the third inning. Pitch in the dirt for a ball. Leading off for the Lady Devils here in the third inning is going to be Kaylee Parker, left fielder, hitting .286, can slap hit, can play a lot of positions defensively as well, moving to the outfield this year. And a couple of times, Kaylee has been hit by a pitch and got on with an error this afternoon. As we mentioned, if you're just tuning in, that has been really a big difference in this game, is defensive errors by the Cougars of Asheville High School. That has been the difference in this 9-0 game. There have been several balls well hit, but not taking anything away from pitching or hitting for either team. But Asheville really got off to a rough start there in the bottom of the first inning, trying to make some defensive plays. Here's the windup and the throw. Foul ball. But again, if you're a sports fan, great time of the year for a lot of reasons. I know, for example, Swain soccer team hosting Highlands tonight, and that's a big soccer game. Golf team playing today. Softball teams playing today. Swinging, that's another foul ball, no play. A lot of track and field athletes competing. I know, for example, Swain High had several athletes competing on the national level this past weekend. So there are just so many sports going on here in the spring. And we wish all the athletes the best. Pitch high for a ball. That's going to be ball 4. And Kaylee is on with a walk. Carly Tisateski, the outstanding freshman catcher, coming to the plate for the Lady Devils, hitting .500 again. Already 4 RBIs on the day. Had 6 coming into this game, so 10 on the season. She's one of the leaders, also with Riley Rawls. 7 RBIs coming into this game today for Swain High. So, runner on first. There's a shot, and that's going to be foul. There have been some real rockets hit down the third base line today by both teams that have gone foul. That I'm sure just a couple of feet outside that left field third base line, as Kaylee Parker now comes back to first base. And again, the sun is becoming even more of a factor for players on defense. Ground ball, this one is going to be foul as well. Robbie Brown doing the Texas two-step over there for the Lady Devil coaching staff, trying to, not sure if he was trying to get out of the way or actually make a stop with his foot over there, but I don't know. We'll have to check with Coach Brown and see what his history is on dancing. There's a shot. This one looks fair, but yeah, this one's going to be fair. This one is down the left field line. Throw coming into third is going to be, wow, I think there's some wonderment right now. The on-base umpire says safe. I think the home base umpire is wondering, it was really close. I think he's going to let this one stay right there. Runner safe at second and third on that shot that was hit again down the third base line. So coming on now for Kaylee Parker to run again for the Lady Devils, and doing a good job running today is going to be Maddie Bird. Here's a high pop-up, and it's going to be down to first base, caught for the out. So, boy, the action is fast and furious right now. That's Maddie Spates with that pop-up. There's another well-hit ball. This one deep, deep, deep left field. Left fielder is back there, can't make the play. Looking into the sun, one run is in. Another runner is rounding third, so the Lady Devils with 2 runs in. And again, a very tough play out there in left field off the bat of Riley Rawls. And I've got to believe, wow, that's a hard call to make. Was it an error in left field, or was it just a well-hit ball? It was deep. It was almost to the fence. I'm going to say that's a double. But again, I'm not the official statistician. They get to make those calls, but that was a ball that was high in the air. The left fielder looking up into the sun. And again, our man, it's tough out there, again, playing defense. There's another shot. This one is going to be over the head of center field all the way to the fence. There will be 1 run in. Coming into second base with a stand-up double. What a shot again. Lady Devils are ripping the ball right now. And that is, looks like Kennedy Anthony. What a shot off the bat, and she has played an outstanding game today. Another RBI. She has at least 3 on the day. Playing even though she's not feeling well. Kennedy doing a good job today. Man, I tell you what, if she's playing this well, feeling bad, wait till she feels better, huh? There's another well-hit ball. This one, I'm afraid, is going to be foul. It is out of play. That one was to the fence, but out of play off the bat of Candace Crisp, who has got on a couple of times on an error. Candace hitting .313, the senior third baseman for the Lady Devils, now hitting with a runner at second base. Lady Devils up 12-zip. But some well-hit balls here in this second inning. Some to the couple all the way to the fence here. Pitch high for a ball. Hanging in there is Aaliyah Jones, the pitcher in the circle this afternoon for Asheville. But again, the sun looking directly into everybody on the field. Pitch low for a ball. You know, I've talked to Toby Burrell, the head coach for the Lady Devils, about that in the past, and he said, hey, our players have no excuse because they practice in this sun. He said, it's no excuse for our girls because they practice in this every day. Now, of course, if you're a visiting team, different scenario as they are looking up into that sun, and we've seen at least 3 balls that were, I think, really misplayed because they lost the ball in the sun. A couple of those at shortstop. I think that play out in left field, again, looking into the sun. The players have to fight it off as they can. Pitch in for a strike. And I believe that's going to be strike 3. And I believe that is. As heading back to the dugout is going to be Candace Crisp. Haley Woodard batting now, I believe, at the plate for the Lady Devils. Again, we've had a couple of folks come in and hit today. That one is going to be in for a ball high to Haley Woodard, hitting .500 on the year. Get on with a base on balls. And last time up, I believe she lined a hard shot to the shortstop. A ball that was screaming. Pitch in. Wow, that was a high strike. That was a high strike, my friends. But a strike is a strike. The windup and the throw. This one going to be in the dirt, and the runner will advance from second to third. Looks like Kennedy rolls on into third base easily as the ball just barely got by. Stella Berry back there behind the plate. We're having to pull the bill of our cap down here at our vantage point because the sun's looking at us right in the face, so we kind of understand what the defensive players are having to deal with here. Ball in the dirt again. This one blocked by catcher Stella Berry. Runner at third. Lady Devils with a 12-0 lead over Asheville here this afternoon in the bottom of the third. The windup and the pitch. This one gets by. Catcher Berry couldn't quite get a glove on this one, and the run is in for a 13-0 lead. And again, just a wild pitch. And apparently that was, I believe, going to be a ball 4. As Haley Woodard is now down at first base. So Haley on with her second walk of the day. Hannah Schuler batting now, or check that. Let me just be sure because I know last time, and looks like it's going to be the same this time. It's going to be Faith Woodard batting. Faith is going to be hitting number 15 for the Lady Devils. Faith got a big base hit last time. And now she has an RBI possibility with a runner down at second base. There's another shot. This one is going to be foul, though. Another foul down that left field line. I'm not sure. That ball might have jumped into the the big tunnel over there, if you will, that actually our field tarp is wrapped around. Yeah, they're going to leave that ball in there and throw in another ball. It's going to be in that big tube, if you will, over there that our tarp is wrapped around. The field cover. Yeah, it's big enough to get in, no question. So I'm sure somebody will get in there and retrieve that ball later. Faith Woodard at the plate. In the circle, Aaliyah Jones still bringing it for Asheville. The windup and the throw. This one high for a ball. On deck will be top of the lineup for the Lady Devils and Kirsten Smith. A lot of folks out working this afternoon. Pitch in. That one is going to be a call strike. Again, Casey Crow and Athletic Director Neil Blankenship up working soccer. We've got baseball practice going on, and shout out to all these people working. I know we saw Tony Cochran down here running the tractor a while ago. We saw Jeff Marr down here, and Neil Blankenship was down here earlier. Those guys had the rake out there trying to throw some sand over a big mud hole, if you will, over here on the baseball field. Tell you, so many people at every school, not just at Swain, but I'm sure it's the same way at Asheville. So many people do so many things, and there's a foul ball out of play. So many people do so many things, wear a lot of hats, and do a lot of work. Talking about Asheville City Schools, our old friend and good friend, Jim Cosby is the superintendent over there, the interim superintendent for Asheville City Schools, and always doing a good job. Here's a high ball that could be in play, and it's going to be dropping in. Nobody got a play on it. And basically, there were 4 Asheville Cougars around it. Nobody made a play, and that ball just drops in. That's the kind of day it's been defensively for Asheville. And the ball was very high. I know the sun is a factor, but nobody really made the play on the ball. 4 players, first baseman, second baseman, shortstop, and pitcher, surrounding the ball basically, but nobody stuck a glove out to try to get a play. That's been a tough day. Timeout on the field as head coach Ashley Edwards out to talk to her defense. Maybe offer some encouragement, or on the flip side of that, say, hey, look, make some plays. Somebody has got to make a play. And that's what coaches do. They encourage, they coach. Sometimes you got to give some tough love and give some criticism where it's needed. A slap hit attempt going to be a strike. Foul ball. Maybe criticism is a tough word. Maybe it's constructive coaching, if I could go that way, on how to potentially get better as a player. So Lady Devils runners at first and third. Here's another slap, and that one is going to get through, and that was not a foul, so apparently this run will count. The run will count. Hustling on in from third base down there for the Lady Devils. Doing a good job, Haley Woodard hustling down. And now down at second base, also hustling on that pass ball is wild pitch, actually. Now hustling on down to third on another tough pitch. Lady Devils with runners on the corners now. Faith Woodard at third. And now down at first base is going to be leadoff batter Kirsten Smith. Kaylee Parker batting now. Runners on the corners. Pitch in. Runner heads on down to second. Throw comes in. Going to be high. And that's a tough throw to make because the runner on third is going to score. And now the runner on the high throw to home is going to wind up at third. So again, some throwing errors by Asheville, allowing number one, a run to score. Number two, a runner to advance. So now it's a 15-0 Lady Devil lead. Batting Kaylee Parker, sophomore left fielder, has been hit by a pitch, got on with an error, walked last time. Again, moving to the outfield, over into left field this year defensively for head coach Toby Burrell and the Lady Devil softball team. Foul ball. You know, we've talked about the Asheville coaches on the afternoon. Got to talk about the Lady Devil coaches, of course, head coach Toby Burrell, his assistants Ashley Hyatt, Kevin Jones, Robbie Brown, Stacy Griggs, Summer Green. Everybody pitching in and trying to make the teams better. That's what they do. And I think they're doing a good job. Bottom of the third inning, if you're tuning in here on the Maroon Devils Network. No baseball today, only a softball non-conference contest between Asheville and the homestanding Lady Devils. High shot to shortstop. She pulls it in, and that's going to end the inning. Lady Devils leave one stranded. As we go to the top of the fourth, it's Swain 15, Asheville 0. We'll be back. Fans, welcome back. Here we go. We go to the top of the fourth inning here in non-conference softball play at Swain County High School. Batting now is going to be Aaliyah Jones hitting in. She's going to be leading off here on the top of the fourth inning. Aaliyah Jones last time up, grounded to the pitcher for Asheville. On deck should be Keziah Bird. Aaliyah, of course, is the starting pitcher this afternoon for Asheville. Doing a good job, but I tell you, she's hasn't been getting a whole lot of help defensively, if you know what I mean. And that's just the way it is in softball and baseball. Boy, I tell you, if you don't get some help from your defensive mates, it can be a tough day. And Aaliyah has had a tough time this afternoon. Been a lot of tough defensive plays. Pitch high for a ball. And looks like the Lady Devils are going to make a pitching change. And we'll check that here in just a minute as we can. Here's the windup and the throw. It's going to be high for a ball. Coming on to pitch now is going to be Hannah Schuler. Hannah Schuler, one of the seniors on this Lady Devils softball team. So Hannah Schuler now in the pitching circle. And we talked about that earlier in the broadcast because of conference play tomorrow with Robbinsville, and that's going to be ball number 4. So it's kind of a limited pitching duty this afternoon for our starting pitcher, freshman Riley Rawls, who I'm guessing is probably going to be starting in the circle tomorrow against Robbinsville. Robbinsville, a very good team. That's going to be a tough game tomorrow. But Hannah Schuler coming on to pitch now. Pitch in for a ball. Asheville with a runner at first base. Aaliyah Jones hitting now is going to be the first baseman, Keziah Bird, wearing number 20. So 1 on, nobody out here in the top of the fourth inning for Asheville. The windup and the throw. There's a high pop-up. Is it going to be playable? Oh, just short of the fence. No play over at third base. And that's been a busy place over there. The third base line, left field line has seen some real hard hit balls over that way today. Bird batting. Gabby Harper is going to be on deck for Asheville. And again, we appreciate them playing home and away. Sometimes it's tough to find games to fill out your schedule and get your players experience before conference play. And we appreciate Asheville for joining us in this, again, home and away contest. We played Asheville earlier this year with a 12-0 win earlier in the season. The windup and the throw. Swing and a miss. Boy, Bird took a big cut at that one. Bird popped out to second base, her last time up for Asheville. Several fans out watching here this afternoon despite this cold weather. You know, it's cold and then you have a little breeze and it really gets cold. There's a pop foul, no play. But the fans have come out prepared. They have their quilts and blankets and coats and headwear. Thank goodness Josh and I have headsets to keep our ears kind of warm here on this last day of wintertime. You know, they call it first day of spring. Springtime now officially has arrived. It came in after 5 p.m. this afternoon. I don't know how they figure all that. It's beyond my understanding, but now spring is officially here, so we hope wintertime is going to leave us alone here. Tomorrow's supposed to be in the 60s for more softball. I know the Lady Devils have Robbinsville coming to town in baseball and softball tomorrow here. Asheville, not sure what their schedule is, but we hope they get some action as well. There's a swing and a miss for a strike 3. So Keziah Bird goes down with a strikeout. One down. Gabby Harper struck out last time for Asheville at the plate. Gabby, the number 5 hitter on the lineup. She'll be followed by shortstop Olivia Hill, facing pitcher Hannah Schuler. With a walk and a strikeout and 2 batters faced here in the top of the 4th. The windup, swing and a miss for a strike. Throw down to second base. Going to be, almost in time. That was a good throw. Just couldn't quite get the handle on it on the play down at second base. But a good shot from behind the plate back there from Carly Tisateski, a freshman. And boy, I tell you what, we have some freshmen on this team. If they stick together, the future is going to be bright for head coach Toby Burrell and the Lady Devil softball team. Pitch in the dirt, but again, Carly digs it up. And of course, this Lady Devil softball team has so much tradition, so many trips back in the day to Walnut Creek back when we played down there and went to so many state championship softball playoff games. It was such a wonderful time. No doubt about it. There's a shot into right field. It's going to be in for a base hit. Throw coming on into second base. The run will now score, and Asheville is on the board. And a base hit off the bat of Gabby Harper will move the runner to all the way around. So Asheville is on the board. And unofficially, that is the second base hit of the day for Asheville. Gabby with a base hit and the RBI. So Asheville on the board. Now coming up to hit. That should bring up Olivia Hill, who got the other base hit in her first time up here for Asheville. Now 15-1. Pitch in. Throw down to second base because the runner broke. Again, a great throw down to second. Good cover over there by our shortstop, Kennedy Anthony. So Asheville obviously not afraid to run. We've seen some aggressive base running today by the Lady Devils as well that have put some runs across. Pitch gets by this time, and heading on down to second base with no throw is going to be Gabby Harper. That wild pitch got by. So now Asheville with a runner at second base. And a 15-1 Lady Devil lead. At the plate, Olivia Hill, the starting shortstop for Asheville. Base hit last time. Soren Cox is going to be on deck for the Cougars. Here's the windup and the throw. Pitch in, and that is a called strike from the right arm of Hannah Schuler. Not to try to be funny, but wow, how is your bracket doing for March Madness this year? At last check, the NCAA said there was no perfect bracket left. Swing and a miss, and that's going to be strike number 3. Runner will now hustle on down to third base as the Lady Devils, I think what happened, the catcher might have dropped the ball. They had to go to first base on the dropped third strike to get the out secure, and the runner advanced to third on that throw. So there you have it. Asheville with a runner now at third base with 2 out. Soren Cox, a sacrifice bunt last time to move the base runner over. Back at the plate now for Asheville. Here's a big swing and a miss. On deck has Ava Grissinger. I hope I said that right. On deck, number 11. A change in the lineup for Asheville. Hannah on the pitching rubber. Wind up and the throw. Big swing and a miss on a high pitch. Couple of strikes, couple of outs here in the 4th inning with a runner at third base for the Cougars. There's a pop foul out of play behind the home plate. No play. And I've got to be honest, this might be an Asheville change in the lineup, a new hitter, but I can't. There are no numbers on the front of the jersey, so I can't see the back of the jersey to confirm that. But this may be a change in the Cougar lineup here. Offensively, there's a swing and a miss for strike number 3, and that's going to be out number 3 as the Cougars leave one stranded here in the fourth inning. But we go to the bottom of the fourth right now. 15-1, Lady Devils of Swain on top. We'll be right back. Welcome back live on the Maroon Devils Network, as looks like we may start to see some lineup changes here as we go to the bottom of the fourth inning. Looks like we may have Maya Adams batting for the Lady Devils to lead things off. Maya, a sophomore. Number 22 will hit here on the bottom of the fourth inning. Lady Devils with a strong 15-1 lead over Asheville here in non-conference play. Swing and a miss for a strike one. So Maya at the plate here, getting her first time at bat. Still in the circle is Aaliyah Jones. Still bringing it. The left-hander, pitch high for a ball. So far, we haven't seen any defensive changes that we can tell from Asheville on the defensive side of the ball. But what you can tell, the sun is dropping lower and getting even more in the eyes of the defenders. There's a foul ball, no play on the first base side. A lot of the players have sunglasses on, but some of them are still holding up their arm to shield the sun because it is dropping lower. And boy, it's tough, especially for the right fielder, first base, second base, center fielder. Now, the left fielder right now is kind of in the shade over there for Asheville. But if they're looking up into a high fly ball, the sun is still going to be a problem. Pitch in. Ground ball is going to be at third base, going to be in play over to first base, and that's going to be in time for out number one. So Maya with a ground ball to third base. Close play, but in time for the out. One down now. Hitting now for the Lady Devils. Let's see. And again, trying to just keep the players and the hitters as best we can. Maddie Bird batting now. And again, we've got a couple of Maddies, Maddie Bird and Maddie Spates. This is Maddie Bird, a freshman. We're going to be talking about some of the names as the season goes on. This is our first broadcast. But Coach Stover Burrell has told me about the name game for these Lady Devils, and he says sometimes I just say, hey, you, because He says, I'm getting older and I can't keep up with all the situation here, but pitch in the dirt. But to give you an idea, we have two sets of sisters on the Lady Devil team, Carly and Haley Tisateski. Then Haley, Faith, and Molly Woodard. That's right. Additionally, we have Addison Jenkins and Kirsten Smith, our cousins. As I just mentioned, two Maddies, Maddie Bird and Maddie Spates. We have Kylie and Kaylee. We have Hannah and Savannah. And we have two Haleys. And yes, they are spelled differently. So no wonder Coach Burrell is having trouble with all the names and all the connections. So foul ball, no play. Again from Maddie Bird. Freshman Maddie. Maddie Spates, of course, a senior. Maddie Bird, a freshman. So there's a shot over third base, and it's going to be in for a fair ball. It's going to be rolling, and I'm not sure if Maddie might have missed first. She came back, though, and either that or the throw was coming in quickly. But Maddie Bird on with a good base hit over there just over third base down the left field line. So runner on first, one out. And now let's see. At the plate for the Lady Devils is going to be Addison Jenkins. Addison, a sophomore. Throw down to second base, going to be not in time. Close play, though, at second for Asheville as the catcher back there, Stella Berry, got a good throw down there. Very close play. But talking about the names again, there's Addison Jenkins at the plate with a runner at second base now, and Addison and Kirsten Smith are cousins. So, foul ball, no play. But we'd like to remind everybody coming up tomorrow, Robbinsville will be here. That's going to be a big Smoky Mountain Conference game. We'll be here broadcasting live starting about 4:30. Baseball will also be hosting Robbinsville right next door. Pitch in, just missing for a ball. From Aaliyah Jones, the Asheville Cougar left-hander in the circle today. Facing sophomore Addison Jenkins. One of the returning Lady Devil players, pitch high. If you have just tuned in, our score, Swain on top 15-1 right now as we're in the bottom of the fourth inning. On deck for the Lady Devils is going to be Molly Woodard. She's going to be hitting. The windup and the throw. Pitch going to be in the dirt. And hustling on down to third base safely. Lady Devils with a base runner at third now, and that's going to be Maddie Bird. As now down at first base is going to be Addison Jenkins. I believe that was ball number 4. Got a timeout. And the looks like the coaches might be making a change. There is going to be a pitching change now for Asheville. So pitching change on the way. So Aaliyah Jones is going to be coming out of the circle, and we'll see who the pitcher is going to be here in just a moment. They will be getting some warm-up throws, by the way. Aaliyah is going to be coming out to right field. And I believe, looks like it's going to be Olivia Hill, the shortstop, now coming on to pitch, right-hander for Asheville. Olivia wearing number 9, right-hander. And again, the starting shortstop. So some shuffling in the lineup, if you will, for Asheville defensively. Now, barring a big rally by Asheville in the top of the fifth inning, this is going to be the last offensive inning for the Lady Devils with a 10-run rule. After 5 innings, this game is going to be over. We're in the bottom of the fourth, and Lady Devils with a 15-1 lead. So, again, barring any great rally. Of course, I say great rally. It would only take 5 runs by Asheville in the top of the fifth inning to make this game go 6 or 7. So not as big a rally as you might think. But there is a 10-run mercy rule. After 5 innings, the game is called. But here we go, back to live action. Again, Olivia Hill on to pitch in the circle for Asheville. The windup and the throw, and man, the first pitch in for a strike, throw down to second base. Good throw, but hustling on down to second base. Now the shortstop didn't realize the runner was breaking from third, and the shortstop is Zoe Birchfield, and the runner made it home from third on that throw down to second base. So now the Lady Devils with a 16-1 lead. At the plate now for Swain County, it's going to be Molly Woodard. Pitch high, and this one really high. This one goes over the catcher's head into the backstop, and now hustling on down to third base. The Lady Devils keep rocking and rolling as Faith Woodard is down at third. So now, stepping back into the box is going to be her sister, Molly Woodard. So how about that? How many times does that happen? Swing and a miss for a strike. So if my if my numbers on everything is correct, we have Faith Woodard at third, Molly Woodard at the plate. 2 of the 3 Woodard sisters. I believe that's right. If I get that right, Haley, Faith, and Molly. Okay. 3 Woodard sisters. There's a strike call, and that's going to be strike 3. Yes, again, both coaches have shuffled their lineups a little bit here in the last couple of innings. Now coming on to bat, another new hitter is going to be Haley Tisateski for the Lady Devils. A freshman, a lot of freshmen on this team, no question about it. 7 freshmen, 7 sophomores, and 6 seniors, I believe it is. Wind up on the throw, going to be high for a ball. So again, if these sophomores and freshmen can all stick together, this future is going to be bright for Coach Toby Burrell and the Lady Devils in the years ahead. There are some good young players on this team. Pitch in for a ball. Again, coming on to pitch for Asheville, Olivia Hill. And Zoe Birchfield, by the way, moved into her spot at shortstop. And the starting pitcher, Aaliyah Jones, is now in right field. There's a foul ball, first base side, no play. So Woodard goes back to third base over there. Getting the instructions from head coach Toby Burrell in the box over at third. Bright sunshine, but a chilly Monday. And again, better weather on the way for tomorrow, they say, and that's good for players and fans alike. Swing and a miss. Robbinsville coming in here tomorrow in conference play, and Robbinsville is a very good softball team. So it's going to be a tough game. I think it's going to be a fun game to watch and broadcast. There's a ground ball to first base, and the first baseman has it, steps on the bag. 1 runner stranded, and that's the end of 4. We go to the top of the 5th inning. Right now it's Swain 16, Asheville 1. We'll be back. Fans, here we go. Top of the fifth inning here at Swain County High School as the Asheville Cougars will be at bat, and they have gone to the lineup change. Ava Grissinger hitting now, number 11 for the Cougars, facing Hannah Schuler in to pitch for the Lady Devils the last inning. As we mentioned, with a game coming up tomorrow, getting both pitchers some duty and also some rest, so you don't wear out one pitcher with a big conference game coming up tomorrow. Robbinsville here will be here broadcasting live starting at about 4:30 tomorrow. Pitch in, just missing for a ball. Again, Ava Grissinger, number 11 for Asheville. Batting for head coach Ashley Edwards and her team coming over from Asheville. Again, home and away games this year. Glad to have them on the schedule. The windup and the throw, and that's going to be in for a call strike to Ava. On deck is going to be Zoe Birchfield, who has had multiple duties today. Starting in right field, then came on to play shortstop with the Asheville pitching change last inning. Pitch low, and that's going to get through for a ball. But again, we appreciate our friends listening in Asheville, talking to their folks in the dugout. Coach Edwards told her what we were doing, and she said, "Oh, hey, great. How do I tell my friends and husband and parents? And hey, we're Maroon Devils Network, and we're happy to have them listening in. We try to be as neutral as we can for fans listening in for both teams." But really, the big difference in this ball game, if you're just tuning in, Asheville had a very hard first inning defensively with multiple errors, and that really has been the difference today. Pitch high for a ball, and that's going to be ball 4. So Ava is on with a base on balls here to get the top of the fifth inning underway. And as we mentioned, with a 16-1 lead, if Asheville puts 6 runs across the plate here in the fifth, then this game is going to be extended. If they don't, this will be a 5-inning mercy rule contest. So this game is not over by a long shot. Pitch in, that's going to be a foul ball. Dancing up first is going to be Ava Grissinger. And believe me, we've been doing this a while. Josh and Joe Holt and Toby Burrell and myself, and we know, hey, anything can happen. If you don't believe me, as I mentioned, just look at some of the basketball games over the weekend in March Madness in the NCAA basketball brackets. They are just ripped to shreds. Here's a ground ball, maybe a tough play out over to first base, and it is going to be out number 1. So a ground ball handle at second base off the bat of Zoe Birchfield, and that was Maddie Spates down at second base. Flips it on over to Haley Woodard now at first base. So a defensive change or 2, along with a couple of batting changes. Both coaches have been getting some playing time for some of their other players. And that's, hey, they practice too, right? And there's a foul ball at the plate off the bat of, and I hope I get this name right, Ruby Leggett. Again, if I miss anybody's name, if I mispronounce, my apology. Ruby Leggett, number 16, now batting with 1 down for Asheville. Her first plate appearance today for the Cougars. Got a runner down at second base now. That's Ava Grissinger. Pitch in, just missing for a ball. But we're always happy to publicize and broadcast for our high school athletes, whatever school they may be representing, and we appreciate all these athletes who put in a lot of practice time and travel time, and I'll be honest, most of them love it. Most of them love the sport, as do the coaches, because as any coach will tell you, they're not in it for the money at this level. Pitch in, call strike. Ruby Leggett at the plate for Asheville. Got a runner on. Down at second base, as we mentioned, Ava Grissinger, who got on with a walk and then moved on over to second base. Wind up and the throw off speed, and that's going to be dropping in as the umpire calls strike number 3. So 2 down now. And coming on to bat for Asheville this time is going to be Aaliyah Jones. Back to the, I guess, no, check that. Jones is going to be on deck for Asheville. 2 out, runner on here in the top of the 5th inning for the Cougars. Hannah Schuler with a windup. And there's a swing and a miss. Big cut at the plate. And I'm not sure if this could be Stella Berry batting now. I can't, again, with when the player's back is to us from where we are out here way out in the right field area, we can't tell with no number on the front of the jersey who might be at the plate here. Again, with changes in the lineup. Our apology there. 2 out, Asheville with a runner at second. Facing Hannah Schuler here on the top of the 5th inning. Hannah back on the rubber, the right-hander. Pitch low for a ball. But again, we want to remind you, Robbinsville will be here tomorrow afternoon. We'll be here broadcasting live starting at about 4:30. And that'll be softball, and baseball is going to be playing also right next door as these fields are side to side. By the way, at the plate batting, now we see her number is going to be, man, I hope I get this right, Camila Waya, I think. Camila Waya batting here with 2 out. 1 runner on. Lady Devils 1 out away from securing a 16-1 win. But it is Camila at the plate here for Asheville. Ground ball at shortstop and trying to get the play at third. Too late for the play at first. So the Lady Devils had a decision to make, and it was not going to happen at third because the runner broke from second quickly, Ava Grissinger, and that was going to be a tough play. And then by that time, the play at first base was too late. So Camila on at first, and batting now is going to be Aaliyah Jones, who has been on once today with a base on ball. She grounded out to pitcher her first time, but now Jones with a big opportunity with runners on the corners at first and third. And you have a feeling that's Camila is going to be breaking for second base probably soon. And now there's a foul ball for no play off the bat of Aaliyah Jones, who started the day in the pitching circle for Asheville and then gave away in relief of Olivia Hill. But Asheville trying to put together a rally here in the 5th inning with runners at first and third, 2 out. The windup and the throw from Hannah. Swing and a miss. Throw down to second base. This is going to be in time, and it's out. And I believe that could be the ball game. And there is some confusion, but I believe that was an out down to second base. The throw was on target. And now the Asheville coaches are not, wait a minute, they're not happy. They're sending the runner back to second. They're sending the runner back to second, and there now is going to be a conversation between the 2 umpires, the base umpire and the home plate umpire. We've seen one reversal today. Wouldn't shock me to see this one reversed, which would make the Asheville runner safe at second. And the runner scoring from third. And I believe they're going to say that the runner is going to be out at second base, and that's going to be the final out of the game. So a 16-2 win for the Lady Devils over the Asheville Cougars here this afternoon on the Maroon Devils Network. As, again, that is going to wind it up with the Mercy Rule. Fans, stay tuned. We're going to take a break, and then we're going to come back and talk with a couple of the Lady Devil players and potentially head coach Toby Burrell when we return after this timeout. Hi, everybody. Welcome back on the Maroon Devils Network as we get a chance here to talk to two of our captains, talking about Maddie Spates and Hannah Schuler here this afternoon. And ladies, what a great effort today. I know it's cold and it's kind of chilly out here, but tell me, how was the attitude coming in this afternoon, Maddie? As we've had a couple of days off since we played last week, so how was the attitude coming in, getting ready for Asheville?
I think the attitude was just like we had to play to our ability, not to theirs. We beat them 12-0 last time, but that didn't matter. We still had to play our game and produce.
And we did a really good job. And, it was a tough first inning. Hannah, coming in, I know you finished out the game, of course, pitching. So do you expect to pitch some maybe again tomorrow with Robbinsville coming to town? So both of you get a little pitching action going on?
Hopefully, and maybe it'll mess with them a little bit too.
Yeah.
Not just seeing one pitcher.
Yeah. Now, the attitude tomorrow, I'm guessing, is going to be a little different, Hannah, because Robbinsville is coming to town. We know they're pretty good, aren't they?
Yeah.
And obviously, we'd like to send them home with a loss, wouldn't we?
Yes.
Okay. Now, what do you think, Maddie? Is of course you girls have been playing softball a while. Robbinsville, outstanding team coming in, and obviously it's a different mindset getting ready for a conference game, isn't it?
Yes, I don't think Robbinsville realizes what we have either this year, so it'll be good. Smoky Mountain Conference win.
Oh, no doubt.
Yep.
Now talking about the team this year, we have several seniors, but then we have several freshmen. So how is this mixing with some of you veteran players and some of the freshmen?
I feel like the freshmen don't play like freshmen, so that really helps us a lot. We've really been able to mix them in with us too, so that's good.
Fantastic. Now, when you look at that and you look at your experience, does that kind of give us an edge, you think, coming into this kind of a situation, Hannah, with the freshmen and the seniors getting ready for Robbinsville tomorrow?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But I tell you, some of the freshmen, as you mentioned, Maddie, they really don't play like freshmen, do they? And now, do you kind of lead them and kind of direct them in the right direction?
Yes.
Yeah, no doubt. So now coming in tomorrow, they have one of the better players really in the region. Does that give them an edge, or does playing at home give us an edge tomorrow against Robbinsville, Maddie?
She's definitely pretty good, but one player can't beat 9, so
Yeah, that's it.
we play our game.
Yeah. Now, what is Coach Burrell? How is he getting you ready for tomorrow's game, Hannah? What do you think? What do you think the mindset coming in tomorrow is?
To stay positive and be confident, and just to do what we know what to do.
Yeah. Now, was this win today? That's got to make you feel better going into tomorrow's game, right?
Yes.
No doubt. Maddie, you're looking at this game as well. Big win today, so that's, again, got to make you feel better playing tomorrow, doesn't it?
Yes.
All right. Fans, stay tuned. That's going to wind it up for this broadcast here this afternoon. We appreciate Hannah and Maddie coming over and joining us here this afternoon. And don't let any of your teammates or coaches get any grief about the post-game interview, okay? So, but we'll be back tomorrow because we're going to be here at 4:30 for the Maroon Devils and, of course, our Lady Devils against Robbinsville. Join us tomorrow right here on the Maroon Devils Network.